and the heat is on. So we're away. The final day, what we hope is the final day for the 2012 NMD versus FRONTON Pro. And we'll see if these waves are rideable.
Yes, and we're going to jump right into every single heat. We're going to find out who is your 2012 world champion, Jeff Hubbard and Dave Winchester, and we're going to find out who will walk away with the win of the 2012 FRONTON Pro.
Calm down, Manny. Yeah. So I'm sure David Hubbard is there watching his brother, probably glued to the live feed in Hawaii, Kauai, if that's where he's at. And we know that all the Aussies are going to be cheering for their boys. I know that Ryan's got a young son, Ollie, and he'll be there watching his dad, and his lovely wife, Leah, as well. So plenty of hometown support for these two boys and every competitor in the last day.
I understand that it's in the early or late hours of the night in Australia, so grab your VB, your Tui, your Bundy rum, or your schooner, sit back and relax and watch the showdown commence. Actually, you can't relax.
Well, it's going to be intense. It's nearly 8 o'clock in Brisbane.
It's perfect.
And 9 o'clock in Sydney, so it's nearly Christmas. I'm sure there's plenty of work Christmas parties going down, plenty of Christmas cheer. And what a way to finish the work week. You know, sit down, sit back in the chair, as Manny said, have your Tuis, your VB, your blonde, choose your poison, hot chocolate, Milo.
Do the Aussies drink eggnog?
No.
During the Christmas season?
No.
No way?
I don't think so. Maybe.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is it. The NMD versus FRONTON Pro, brought to you by uriding.com, Alpha Campaign 662 Mob, likebodyboard.com. And we have a pretty cool giveaway going on all day. First, like each one of these companies' Facebook page, and then go over to the IBA World Tour Facebook page, and there is a win button. Over by the photos, likes, events, you see those images there. Just to the right of that, there is a win button. It has the IBA World Tour logo, black and white. Click on that, fill it out. You'll be entered into the drawing for a ton of giveaways from all of these companies. So there's your chance to win something yourself here at the 2012 NMD versus FRONTON Pro. Mez, he is the man pretty much behind NMD and versus. He is the shaper to the pros. I mean, a lot of the pros out here call to Mez to shape his bodyboard. So if you have any questions about board shapes or whatever throughout the day, hit me up on Facebook as soon as I post that question. And but first, we're here, we're rocking, we're rolling. 30-minute heats. Jason Finlay in red, Ryan Hardy in green. Both of them waiting patiently for that good wave to come through.
Well, I just wonder, Manny, maybe their strategy is that they might not think it's contestable, and with that 15-minute grace period, maybe they've said to each other, let's not push it. You know, let's just see. There's not much water happening on that reef, and no point going out and injuring ourselves. So maybe if we just sit patiently, although as I say that, we see Jace paddling. So he's paddling, and
look at the left.
What's going on? And he's taking off. Manny, call us through this one.
Oh, the first drop right there. Oh,
bouncing.
Little bit too much gurgling on the inside, and Jason Finlay trying to maintain on the big left, but now hopefully he can grab his board and get back out there as soon as possible. This thing is just going to unload right in front of him. And now we're going to see how this turns out. Ryan Hardy, here he is taking a stab at this one.
Orion comes down. Look at the size of that thing. Bouncing down the face.
Look at the line. Look at the line.
Coming up. Taking it easy. He's trying to drive through the first one to test himself out there, and we don't blame him for that. So the boys just testing the waters, so to speak, and those waves are bumpy.
We do have a priority system in place, so after those first two waves, the first one back out into the lineup will have priority. That will probably most likely be Ryan Hardy. I don't have the wide angle shot, but Ryan Hardy is pretty much on the outside. Jason Finlay, unfortunately, couldn't hold on, but you saw Ryan Hardy maintain those skips and bumps throughout the face.
Here's the replay, Manny. This is the first wave from Jace. You'll see him just bounce on this one. Comes down, bounces there, bounces again, and we can't get a good angle on that one. But Jace got caught inside, and we can't quite... Here he comes out the side, so he got pumped on the wave, and then the next one landed on his head, so he'll already be tired.
All right, here's a look at Ryan Hardy. As I mentioned, look at his just rail control, board control, everything. He cleared about 10 feet on that airdrop, and he was midway down the face of the wave. But here he is maintaining that edge, and that, like you said, is just testing out the waters right now.
We'll have to see what they can do in these conditions and see what the waves are going to give them. So, I'm sure their heart rates have just jumped another 20, 30 beats per minute as they paddle back out. And Yeah, but I saw Ryan's wave there. That was like two solid bumps as he came down. He's just set himself in position to hold the edge when he takes the landing, so the whole thing doesn't implode on him. And we'll see it clean up. It'll definitely clean up as more water comes on the reef, and it's going to be amazing.
Your 2006 vice champion out in the water right now in the green jersey, Ryan Hardy, trying to maintain his seed for the 2013 Grand Slam Series. And to do that, he has to beat Jason Finlay in this heat, and as well has to beat Ben Player in his next heat. He's got his work cut out for him. So Ryan Hardy just trying to stay alive to be seeded for next year. Jason Finlay, well, he's just looking for a win here at
Fronton. Here goes Jace again. He's looking at this one, and he pulls off. Yeah, I mean, Jace would love to have back-to-back Fronton, titles to his name. And Ryan would, of course, Ryan wants to compete next year. And it looks like a pretty amazing tour next year, Manny.
Yes,
a few new stops.
Yes, the schedule has been set up for the 2012 IBA Grand Slam Series. Here's another look at what Jason Finlay did on his first wave.
So just look where this bang. He bounces on that one, and he bounces again here. Look at that.
Oh, right there. It's
That's not where you want to bounce.
Oh, my. That thing just unloaded on him. He pressed the eject button when it just
look that big, and all of a sudden there's 6 foot of water on your head on dry reef. So Jace, it looks okay. No damage done. And the boys are sitting out there patiently waiting for what is going to come up. So first wave scores are through. Jace Finlay with a 1.88. And Ryan Hardy with a 2.4. So don't read too much into that. That was just the testing waves from the boys. And they're going to reevaluate what can be done out there. And I think they'll probably push the next one a bit harder.
Well, we have over 6 hours of competition to go down today. So to start now was pretty crucial. And I think we may continue to roll on throughout the competition.
With a day like today, man, you don't want to waste it. So we couldn't start any earlier because of the tide situation. But from here on in, it's going to be non-stop. So it's going to be some amazing stuff going down, and I think we're going to have a new world champion, without a doubt. So
it's going to be incredible today. So thank you all for tuning in from all over the world. Looked like we could see a set. No, as both of these riders, both of these riders are looking on. We do have the one thing both of these riders want to have in their hands. And it is the 2012 Fronton Pro, NMD versus Fronton Pro championship trophy. That is what they're going to take home. Look at this, out the back.
Jace Finlay, another wave, smaller one, sneaks under the barrel there, not too much happening, and throws a spin. So that's probably better as 1.88, but still not a really high scoring wave there from Jace Finlay. Yeah, so we've crowned 2 champions today, the Fronton Pro champion and the world champion, the big one.
Here's another look at Jason Finlay's last ride right here. Again, just a big airdrop. The water is moving so fast up onto the reef that the riders are trying their hardest to get down the face of the wave and maintain and draw a line as soon as they can for that speed.
It's going to be a testing heat, this one. I mean, these guys, the result will stand after this heat. And we have told you guys that the swell is macking out there. And although the conditions you can see on the screen don't really sort of depict what's going to happen later on, but these guys, it's to be a world champion or to be in the top 16 on the IBA GSS, you have to negotiate all conditions.
Look at this.
Ryan looking at this one, having a think, and he thinks no.
I don't know if you saw it, but there's an extra little step right there on the rights that the riders will have to contend with if they want to go right. There's so much water just coming in from the deep ocean and hitting the shallow reef as it just unloads, and the riders have to be able to see. They got to think on their toes that much quicker.
Well, there's virtually no wind out there, and all the chop you can see is not from wind. It's just from the amount of water that's moving around at the moment. It's the whole coast is just exploding onto the beaches and the reefs, and it causes all these little ripples and rips and cross sections you see. So as more water gets on that will dissipate and we'll get better conditions. But this is what we're in front of us now and what the boys have to deal with.
It looks like the judges awarded Jason Finlay's second wave at 3.63. He did get a little bit more of a pocket ride, but see that little ledge right there? That is what the riders have to deal with if they're going to go right. Obviously, on the bigger waves, that ledge would, dissipate just a little, but it is still there, and they still have to get through and over that ledge to maintain and drive through the barrel. Right now, I'm guessing it's all about the barrel ride. If they can just drop in, get under the pocket, get in the barrel, and pull out, That would be a high-scoring wave, but you never know with some of these riders coming up.
Well, that step you're talking about, Manny, is like it's like you take the drop, you're going all the way down for your bottom turn, then at the last minute the thing just opens up, and you just go smack right into the bottom of the wave without any speed, and that's the problem. You know, you just get left in the worst possible position as that thing just comes through and spews itself on the reef.
Just so the viewers understand what's happening, I mean, it looks so perfect out there, but if you're not getting into it quick enough, here's Jace on the first ride of the day. Jason Finlay, nice,
off
clean.
The bottom. Yeah, well, you saw that wave then. I mean, at the bottom of that wave, he had a good 6 to 8 foot of face right above him. It was a risky move taking off on that one, and it didn't, you know, the wave itself didn't actually detonate on the reef. Nothing much happened, but that's sort of the gamble they're taking. You know, let's go. And it's kind of like, is it going to smash me? Is it going to open up? And then we see it here. Look at the size of the face on that one. Controls his rail as he comes down, tries to hook his leg into it, turns off the bottom, then realizes not much is going to happen. Throws a quick spin and kicks out. So he's having a dig, the boy from Wollongong. And here he is here, 26 years old, 5'10", 78 kilos. And he is the wild card and defending champion.
Yes, Jason Finlay, definitely great person to have in this first heat to give us a rough idea on what to expect. These two guys can hold their own, as well as these guys. Jake Stone, unfortunately, got knocked out in the last round. And Dave Winchester, world title contender right there. He essentially has to make it to the final if he wants any chance of becoming the world champion. So he knows what's at stake. He's going to keep an eye on the water, and he's going to get ready. You can see Sam Bennett will probably be a board caddy for him coming up next.
No, well, Sam Bennett's actually in the next round against local legend Yere Martinez. And that'll be another big heat. Yere is a local boy, strong human. And there we see the jet skis. I'm not sure if that's a support jet ski. Looks like a couple of yo-yos out there. So, yeah, we hope they go home if they're not helping us out. But, yeah, so Yere, back to him. He is a big unit and an enforcer, and this is his backyard. Sam Bennett, young lion. He's qualified, I believe, or he's right on the bubble of next year's tour. So this result's very important for Sam as he tries to have his maiden year in 2013 on the IBA GSS tour.
Sam Bennett, definitely, I apologize. I thought he was getting ready for the next heat. All these Australians helping out one another, but in fact, he's going against one of two Canary Island locals still in the event, and that is what a lot of the people wanted to see. These guys, the locals, Yere Martinez and Elliot Morales, these guys come out here and ride this stuff, you know, during their free surf
session. It's their home break.
It's their home break, so it's going to be interesting how they fare out in these conditions. So it's going to be pretty exciting to watch these Canary Island locals.
Yeah, and I wonder if, being locals, if they know this, they think, oh, yeah, I've seen this before, I know what it's going to do, and I'll just sit here. Whereas, you know, Ryan Hardy and Jace Finlay don't get to do that. They come here for a week or 2 weeks, and they deal with what they see. I mean, they're world-class riders, but it's not their backyard. I go like Yere or Elliot, they go, oh, yeah, I'm used to this stuff. You know, I surf it all the time, and it's going to do this and that, and I'll sit here, and that's what they call local knowledge. So we'll see if that comes to the fore in the next heat, like, you know, with Yere against Sam Bennett.
We've had a couple issues in the past few days about the feed through our IBAWorldTour.com page. If you are having any issues, head over to youtube.com/IBA World Tour. I believe that's where you get a perfect stream, and you don't want to miss any of the action. One more time, youtube.com/IBA World Tour. That's where you're going to see this unreal action going down right here for the NMD versus Fronton Pro.
Well, that wave that just came through there, Manny, was one of the first, you know, right-hands we've seen that actually had sort of form on it. And that came through the middle, and the boys didn't take off because they're unsure, you know, of what to take. And the heat's nearly like halfway, the halfway mark in the heat, 30 minutes. I think the boys are discussing. They're discussing. You can see them. What do we do? You know, what are we going to do here? And you saw JC with the hand movements, maybe explaining what his wave happened to him, what it was like. So, yeah, interesting scenario out here. You know, the guys, like I say, dealing with trying conditions and just trying to make the best of it.
Pierre is tuned in from Indonesia right now. It's 4:35 in Indonesia. Sam is tuned in from Brisbane. As you take a look at the scores right now, this first heat out in the water, again, a very tough heat. It's the first one of the day. And this is pretty much, these are the guinea pigs out there to test the waters and see how
Ryan
they're going to
Hardy
fare.
having a look.
Ryan Hardy taking a look, left or right. He's looking right-hander. He eyes up his section, makes a bottom turn clean. Can he come out of this gutter? Yes, he does. Ryan Hardy with the first in and out of the day. Ryan Hardy with a deep hit on that right, but it wasn't a super clean exit.
I don't know how they're going to judge that, because he just got swamped from the foam ball came through and just sucked him down into the wave, submerged him. So he pulled up high. You could see him just gunning it, going hard, and then he just got sucked down into it. So it wasn't a clean exit, and but it should be a scoring wave. And as we can see, it's starting to get a little bit better out there in a sense that the waves have a bit more form as we watch the replay. So Ryan kicks very hard into it, anticipates the drop, only a small airdrop on that one, sets up for the barrel, guns it through. You look at his body position leaning forward, and you just watch him here get sucked down into it. Right there, sucks him into it. He's just like, ah. Oh.
It almost looked like he went backwards for a second there. So Ryan Hardy, he is on the hunt for another seed on the 2013 GSS IBA World Tour. And he has to battle it out and win against Jason Finlay. And if he does, he has to win against Ben Player, who will face off in the quarterfinals. So Ben Player, he's watching intently in this heat, because the winner of this heat, he will face off in the fourth quarterfinal.
Yeah, well, you saw there Ryan Hardy sitting in 18th position currently on the tour. And he needs the result, to get him into next year's tours. There's a few guys on the bubble there. There's Sam Bennett. I believe that Eder Luciano has won the qualifying series, so he is automatically through, hence why he's not here for the contest. Nick Omerod is also another one who's looking at results to get through, and Alex Leon's just come past with a bizarre-looking contraption. Looks like a helicopter, Manny.
Unreal. I think we're going to get that set up right now so we can get an aerial view from the air, of course, of the competition that's going down right now. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, welcome to the NMD versus Fronton Pro, brought to you by uriding.com, Alpha Campaign, 662 Mob, and likebodyboard.com. Look at that score from Ryan Hardy.
Well, that second wave for Ryan was a 5.75, and you might ask yourself, why such a high score on what was an average wave? Well, the judges are judging to the conditions, which are testing. As we see a lump coming up and the boys are paddling. I'm not sure who has position, but it's Jace Finlay.
Oh,
no, they're going to let it go.
That.
Let's watch what this one does.
Oh, it's massive.
That was contestable, Manny.
That looked pretty good. It would have been a short barrel, but it would have been a solid wave right there. Ryan Hardy taking a look.
He's going to have a dig.
Is he going?
Yeah,
Yes, he is. Ryan Hardy.
No, it pulls off. That one just had a bit too much on it, and wisely he pulled out because it just closed out on him. So that's the boys are doing a calculated gamble out there to see which way is going to end up, being a scoring wave for them. And we saw there with Ryan with his 5.75. He has now taken the lead, I believe. Yes, Jace needs a 4.53 to get back in there, and we have 12 minutes 8 seconds to go.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, Manny V here with Nick Mesritz, a.k.a. Mez, the man behind NMD and Versus, with a ton of information on all the Australians. He's been around from day one, it seems like, so he knows a lot of facts and figures about all these riders. Jake Stone looking on, unfortunately, did not advance out of his last round to be out here in this event from the get-go. From now on. Here we go.
No.
Oof. Look how big that is. And I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, that is about 4 feet, maybe 5 feet deep out there. And it's just a flat reef with a bunch of barnacles on it. And it's scary.
Last year we saw Jace Finlay just charging on massive ones. And you're thinking, why is he holding back on these ones? Well, last year he had a lot more water on the reef. These ones, as we keep telling you, is in about 2 foot of water. So, they've got to preserve the body. And there's more than one heat to go for these guys.
Look at this.
Jace is scratching into this one.
I think he might have a go at it. Look at that little ledge he has to get over, and he does. Jason Finlay hard off the bottom, just surging off the shallow reef, and he makes it out of that one. He is stoked.
And I think that claim wasn't so much as, I think it was I survived.
Yeah. Exactly.
He ran the gauntlet, so his heart rate will be through the roof. I know ours is. I know Manny's is. I need Manny to calm down. And here we go again on the replay. Strokes into. Look how this wave just jacks. Look at that. Jacks straight up, turns off the bottom. The reef's boiling right in front of him. Guns it through the pit. Not really inside that one, but hey, it's survival at the moment. Out he comes. He's just like, thank you, God. So, yep. Off we go. Jason Finlay. And it's starting to heat up, Manny.
you can you saw it on the replay right there. Look at right in front of the wave. It's just super shallow. The reef is boiling, and it's creating these little just waves in themselves.
That's a solid 6 to 8 foot wave there, Manny.
Easy.
You know? And he's coming through that. There's the spit, the spewing out there on the shoulder, and here's, like I say, not a claim more so. Yeah.
I survived. Yes.
Yeah,
Oh my.
And we'll see on that one what the score will be, because, like I said, he wasn't in the barrel, you know?
Yeah,
Ryan was in the barrel, came out, got sucked down. He got a 5.75, and big wave, nice one. Score's dropping now for Jace Finlay.
We're still waiting for that score to drop. You haven't seen it on your screen yet, but Pedro, thank you for tuning in from Portugal. Brennan, you are in South Coast. Aaron tuned in from San Diego. 1:36 a.m. is when he clocked in. He's going to be up all night, that's for sure. David Kelly, Waimanalo, Hawaii, 11:30 p.m. Home runner. Kanu, oh man, you're gonna have to help me with that. Is in Seal Beach. He's gonna pull a
Here we have Jace Finlay again, having a look on this one. He's taking off, coming down the face again, driving off the bottom right through the barrel, threading it, comes out. Another inside rolls it. And that's dry right there, Manny. That is dry. So Manny's hyped up. He's hyped. So yes, that last scoring wave for Jace Finlay was a 5.33. That put him back in the lead. He backs it up with that wave there, and now Ryan Hardy is looking for what's on the horizon. So this heat is warming up. 10 minutes to go, and the waves are starting to change, as we can see now. They're actually becoming rideable. And here we have Ryan Hardy having a look.
Ryan Hardy, look at the ledge right in front of him. He's got to get over that thing, and he did not have enough juice to paddle over that ledge to get into that barrel. But Jason Finlay's wave, amazing.
A 7.88, Manny.
Oh, my. Definitely worth it. The best wave of the heat by far in this heat. But Ryan Hardy now looking at an uphill battle.
Let's go through this wave again, Manny. So he comes down off the bottom. He's just gunning it straight from there. Pulls up, drives through the pit, comes straight out of it. Here comes the spit. Boom.
That's every bodyboarder's
dream. He keeps going. He's like
there.
a nutter that he is. Rolls on the inside as it goes dry and has to deal with the rocky shelf there. So quite lucky there for Jace. It could have been a whole of a lot worse. Was anyone on that wave? No, we're just watching a wave go through. So, yeah, it's coming thick.
Oh, no.
It was. Ryan Hardy was on that wave. So we'll see the replay.
Oh, Ryan Hardy did not come out of that barrel. Now Ryan Hardy's on the hunt for a 7.47 to get back into the lead take that lead away from Jason Finlay. But we just saw Ryan Hardy pop up from the whitewash right there. It looked like he did take off on that right-hander, but got stuck behind.
Well, here's the replay, man. He comes off the bottom.
Air dropped.
He's lost all his speed on that drop, and he's gunning through this one. Looked like a good wave, and the whole thing just landed on his head. Pinched on him. So, yeah, that was that critical lip we're talking about. He drives down the bottom. At the last minute, boom, you land flat on the base of the barrel there, and it just loses all that speed, and he can't just get that momentum to drive through. So,
oh my!
Hard break there for Ryan, but there's 7 minutes to go, and with 2 men in the water, there's plenty of waves coming through, so there's no shortage of waves as we watch that one. Oh, it's Jace Finlay this time.
Well, if we look at Jason Finlay, maintaining that rail all the way to the bottom, maintaining that speed was crucial as he just hit the gas and right there just went full speed ahead, which he needed to come out with the spit, and he's went for a roll at the end of that wave, which was very surprising because it's super shallow on the inside right there. Great wave for Jason Finlay. The question is, would you go on that wave?
Well, I wouldn't at all, mate. But we're old men. But
oh my.
Jace Finlay, what Jace did then, it was happening in previous rounds, is Jace got the barrel and he did the roll, and it wasn't the best roll we've seen from Jace. But if you can connect a move on the end section, you're going to get an 8, 7.8, 8s, 9s. And if the more amplitude off that end bowl, the higher the score will be. And we saw Hubby do that in previous heats. Get sick barrels, come out and smack, his ARSs and backflips, land them clean. He was getting 8s and 9s. So that's what's going to take, to dominate your heat. And that will happen as we progress through the day and the waves cooperate a little bit more. But at the moment, these guys are in survival mode. And we've got just on 6 minutes to go.
Look at him talking
We've
out
got
there.
Jace Finlay in the lead with 13.21, a combined score. And we've got Ryan Hardy, who needs a 7.47 to take the lead, which is not beyond Ryan.
If you're just joining us, welcome everybody. If you are having any issues with your live feed, head on over to youtube.com/IBA World Tour. You're going to see the stream there on our live feed. through YouTube. This is the NMD versus Fronton Pro. That guy right there with the scraggly hair, Dave Winchester. He is one of the 2 contenders for a world title here at the end of the 2012 Grand Slam Series. It is Jeff Hubbard who is his nemesis for that world title. And you can see right now, Dave Winchester will be coming up in the quarterfinals. In the quarterfinals. Later on after round number 6. This is the end of round number 5 out in the water. We didn't finish round number 5 a couple days ago. The tide just got too low, and it was very dangerous for the riders, so we called it. So we're finishing off round number 5 in the water right now with Jason Finlay in red and Ryan Hardy in green.
We've just had the 5-minute warning on that, so 5 minutes to go in this heat. And Ryan's heart will start to, I've been saying heart's been pounding. But
yes,
it will be going hard because he's got 5 minutes for the make or break for 2013.
Oh, my.
So a tough situation for Ryan that he finds himself in. He's been on the Pro Tour for I don't know how many years, but it's a fair few. And he's been one of the guys that have taken the sport to where it is today. One of the original style masters out of Australia who concentrated on his style and didn't want to do the flicky moves and the small stuff.
Yeah.
And it's influenced, all the riders of today.
For sure.
Comes through, and we'll watch this one and see what it does. And oh my God!
Oh, look at that! Just unloading on the shallow reefs of El Fronton. Again, thank you all for tuning in. We got Hugh in Newcastle, David Kelly again, and we got We Bodyboard crew, Jason Kimball and Ryan Dale watching from the UK. People chaps. Noah's tuned in from Kauai. David, thank you for tuning in. Javier, the Pit Surf Shop, Rise, and Josh all tuned in. 3 minutes, 45 seconds remaining. Round number 5. This is the last heat of round number 5. The winner will go into round number 6 and face off against Ben Blair.
Yeah, well, I think, like I said, the first couple of days viewing's been about 45 to 50,000 viewers tuning in to watch the live web feed. And today being the finals day, and being close to the weekend, I think we only get a few more than that, Manny. So it does jam up the web feed, and we do apologize for that. But as Manny's pointed out, and you can see on the Facebook website, go over to youtube.com/IBA World Tour, and that will help spread the load.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, this is it. The NMD versus Fronton Pro, the last stop on an incredible 2012 IBA World Tour, and we are coming down to this. This is the final day, the last day at camp, ladies and gentlemen. We have a world title up for grabs. We got points in the qualifying series and seeds up for grabs as well. And we couldn't ask for any other better conditions.
And we're going to crown the Fronton champ. So
that's right. Yes. Yes.
So getting down to the wire here. It's 2 minutes 36 to go, and not a lot of time. So yeah, someone's going to lose out. And someone's going to go on. At this stage, it's Jace Finlay. Combined score 13.21 with a 5.33 in that second wave of a 7.88, which was a barrel with a roll on the end. So
Ryan Hardy needing a 7.74,
this is the make or break.
7.47. Sorry.
Here comes that wave, Manny. I think if Ryan, I know that Jace has got priority. I don't think he'd pull it on him, but someone, he sort of had to go that wave or kick into it at least.
Oh my. URiding.com, Alpha Campaign 662 Mob, and Like Bodyboard. Those are the other companies that put in their support for the NMD versus Fronton Pro. Go to their sites, like their Facebook page, and then head on over to the IBA World Tour Facebook page. And we do have a little win button. It's a black and white IBA logo, and it's up. The button is up near the photos and. Let's see.
You'll see it. So time's running out here for Ryan Hardy. 1:30 to go, and it's not looking that good. As we see, I guess that's probably a board caddy paddling past with the hat on so doesn't get his scone burnt. But we have, just on a minute to go.
Down to the last minute.
And on those websites there, I think go to 662mob.com, and you can buy the contest shirt from the event, and they 20% of the proceeds go back to the IBA. So
epic.
You're saying there, Manny? Epic, is that what you said?
Epic.
Okay.
so
I believe 662mob.com has that. I think I also saw URiding has the same. If you go to their website, they're also offering a shirt. Probably all these guys are offering the shirts. But in America, they're 662mob.com. Pick up a contest shirt, and the money goes back to the tour. And as we get this thing, this tour going, here goes Ryan Hardy. No, not happening for him. So as we try and make this tour, you know, more and more, I guess, better, you know, and it's coming from self-funding. All you guys out there supporting the tour, everyone doing their thing. And as the clock winds down, 25 seconds to go.
25 seconds to go. Can Ryan Hardy find that 7.47 wave to advance on into round number 6? Or is this the end for Ryan Hardy on the 2012 IBA World Tour?
Go.
Is he going to take a look at this?
He
knows time is winding down, and he knows that might be the end of the road for his 2012 Grand Slam Series run. So Jason Finlay, one wave. There's the camaraderie right there. Ryan Hardy, for sure, one of the best bodyboarders in the world.